It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Now we're ready.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Now.
Offensive thing I said is coming.
Things were going so good. Should we just call it? Should we just give up?
Yeah, back to
We
the
got a
beer.
couple more beers. Frankly.
Go back inside Dovetail. This right here is Car Con Carne. It's a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Osdell. I'm sitting here with Damager. And Damager, just so you know, Car Con Carne is presented by Easy Automation. Safety and security are things that you and I want, need, and expect. Damager, what if you could always come home to a well-lighted house knowing that you and everyone inside were safe? Or know that the package you ordered, maybe it's a new Damager album or some merch like a t-shirt. What if you knew for sure that that was waiting for you safe and secured? Embrace the future of smart living. Empower your home with intuitive control. It's your home, your rules, motherfucker. Call my friend Dan at Easy Automation for a free, no-hassle quote, 630-730-3728, or visit easy-automation.net.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah, Easy Automation.
That would be kind of cool if we had that, but I don't.
It would. Well, you should call my guy
Call
Dan.
Dan.
If nothing, Dan's a music fan. You can call him up and talk music with him.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even need to talk smart home.
I'll do that.
So I'm here with Damager. I'm here with Dan, Garrison, Ryan, and Adam. The three gentlemen in the backseat are having their kneecaps crushed in my not-so-spacious Mazda 3. Nice to see you guys. The timing is perfect. They are the challengers from Chicago, Illinois, the best team in baseball, the Kings of Scotland. Prepare to rock forever, or else. Let's start there. The new album, the debut album, Forever or Else, just came out. In the band's own words, it's music that begs you to crack open an old style and toast good times with great friends.
It certainly is.
It certainly is. And, you know, we kind of followed that blueprint. We cracked open a Dovetail.
Yeah. We also cracked open an Underberg while you were away.
You cracked open a what?
An Underberg. It's a it's a European spirit. I don't know the specific country, and I don't want to like misnomer any, alcohol. So it's a European spirit. It's like a digestif. Like it's a.
You guys are fancy.
Yeah. That's what I.
No, it's just a
think
better tasting
about
Malort.
that.
Yeah.
No, it's more akin to Fernet
Okay.
than anything. But we cracked open some Underbergs. Adam never had one. Give us the review, Adam.
It was something.
So
Why
that's
is
a
it
pull
you feel?
quote.
Why is it you feel you need to get liquored up to talk to me? What is
There's just so much.
It's actually just being this close to these guys in the back.
Need a little lubricant to get you through the night here?
Yeah.
So the album cover of again the debut album Forever or Else. You are a very well dressed band. You have a look.
I think Ryan's the most well-dressed of us, frankly. Look at him.
Actually, am I the only one with the collar on?
I mean, I'm wearing I got a jacket.
Okay.
I'm wearing a collar. Could I be in Damager?
Yeah, I
You're
think
in.
you
Yeah,
just...
that's all it
You're
takes.
in.
Well, we're going to have to head back inside for your first Underberg, maybe.
There's
You
an
own a
initiation
skin
right,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That was inspired by like classic British Invasion bands covers.
I mean, I think bands should have a look.
Yeah,
You're performers.
yeah, we are performers.
You are performers.
And you can see us December 12th at Upstairs Subterranean.
December 12th at Upstairs Subterranean, playing songs from the fantastic debut album Forever or Else. Again, it is Damager in the car with me. There's no food. You know, sometimes it's hard just to get a food sponsor, so there's no food today. It's just us being social. And
Is it Bar Con Carne now?
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Presented by Underberg.
Bar? How have I not thought of that? Bar Con Carne. That's the next live event.
There you go.
Oh, wow, bar
But you have
car
left-
might,
yeah,
but they could, bar car could be a little bit of
No, I like that. I like that.
Bar Con Carne. Do a live event inside like a Dovetail.
Bar parked car.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bar Con Carne.
Drive safe.
Well, you kind of led me there. Let's talk about alcohol.
Oh.
By my count, on the new album, 6 of the 8 songs on your debut album, 6 of 8, that's 3/4 to you and me, have ties to alcohol. Say Hannah, Turkey Neat. Fight Song talks about Bourbon's Burn. Old Style, no explicit mention of Old Style in the song, but it's called Old Style. Queen of Hearts talks about getting shit-faced drunk in June. Incident on Montrose Ave, not far from where we're recording right now, drinking whiskey and cokes and champagne and best laid plans. And Darwie's Blues, kicked out of the store, getting pretty drunk.
So this is the part of the video where you stop showing my dad. He can't see the rest of this. Or
Now, I'm going to write this or chalk this all up as you just telling stories. Like, this doesn't reflect who you are. I mean, it's not like you're drinking all the time 24/7. You're just a storyteller.
yes, that is true. That is. Even though we started this whole show by talking about how we were doing shots of like a weird European liqueur. But yes, it's all about the stories. If I've learned anything from lots of great rock songwriters, is that it's not necessarily that these are like specific literal lived events that a lot of my heroes.
Yeah, it sounds
were living
abstract when
through.
you're talking about Montrose Avenue.
Yeah, well,
That can't possibly be.
There's nothing to do with anything. But like, telling narratives that even if they touch on genuine, authentic moments in our lives, not necessarily like something I'm doing every day.
Right.
Yeah.
What Dan means to say is, yes, we're actually super crazy and we're doing all that stuff.
Yeah, so come party with us at Subterranean Upstairs, December 12th.
You have like the deftness of a politician. You stay on point. Like, your talking points, and just to bring it back to that. No matter how far afield we're going, you're going to bring it back in with Subterranean. We're playing the top. Well done. You've got my vote.
I'm not even the marketing major in the car.
Let's talk about, you are a Chicago band. We are in Chicago. We're sitting here on Ravenswood, right next to the Metro line, right next to Dovetail and Malt Row. The Chicago-ness of Damager. I mean, it's the classic expression, write what you know. Queen of Hearts opens with a totally Chicago line. Met your blue eyes on the brown line. Mm-hmm. For anyone from this area, like that, just, exactly, you have a vision of what that is, what that looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, that brown line stops like 3 blocks to our north right now.
Yeah. I think I wrote that traveling back and forth between Ryan's last apartment, and it was informed by, I guess, just a lot of rushing sensations of Chicago life as a 20-something person, visiting bars and pursuing romance and all sorts of things. So it was kind of just in the mindset of picking up on imagery that was appealing to me, and I think writing about Chicago is a part of writing about being a proud part of like a community that I feel like has accepted us and defined us, and things that are, I don't know, special in our lives. Do you guys want to add anything to that?
I didn't know.
Talk
I don't really
about
know
Chicago as it relates to Damager, coming up as a band, finding your way. I mean, you're finally at a point where you're putting out this debut album. Talk about the influence of this city that's around you.
For me, it's because I grew up in St. Louis, as did Garrison, and we met back in 2020, and it was a visit to the city to visit and tour DePaul, where I ended up attending my master's program in film and television, and then I think over the summer of 2020, where nothing weird happened at all, we were kind of trading music, and I think that was sort of the foundation. And then when I moved to Chicago proper, that was in August 2020, and just had a lot of, I wasn't living the lyrics of these songs, especially at that time, because it was like just sitting in an apartment, but
Right.
Definitely like daydreaming and fantasizing about the world outside the walls, and the just like promise and incredible things that can happen in this new community, and that I ultimately found after social life was able to resume in a normal-ish way. after lockdown and everything. So for us, I think as a band, getting to starting to play like rock shows at beloved venues and meeting all these people and really having these kind of amazing, celebratory, cherished memories of playing music and being a young person in a big city with a lot of opportunities, I think was, inspiring and a big cathartic experience, at least for me, to go through, and I think that's reflected in the songwriting on the album.
Let's talk about themes beyond alcohol. Queen of Hearts mentions Hannah at the end of the song. That's what Hannah says.
That's an incident in Montrose.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Incident on Montrose Avenue ends by saying, that's what Hannah says. We'll fade away with time. That's what Hannah says. Say Hannah is the opening song on the album. Well, not the opening song, but really the first full song on the album. That song in particular, it sounds like Hannah perhaps shouldn't be hanging out with you. But
Yeah.
who is Hannah, and what did she do to earn 2 placements on the new album?
There's no explicit real person in my life that's being written about there, but I guess when I wrote Say Hannah lyrically, it was about a chance encounter, and in the sort of fabricated, fantastical, mythological sense of, again, opportunity and nightlife and celebration and enjoying being a young person in a big, amazing city. That was just sort of like, I thought, maybe an obvious course of events that, again, it was inspired by all the things I mentioned earlier when talking about Queen of Hearts. And when I was writing Incident on Montrose Ave, it was like, I kind of like the idea of returning to a character in a song, or from a previous song rather, and exploring other angles of the narrative. And I think that's something that I'm pulling up on Bruce Springsteen a lot for, and Craig Finn from the Hold Steady a lot, and recurring characters and circles of images recurring, I think, is something that can maybe underline the importance of them. And in that song Incident on Montrose, it kind of like, I didn't think about it so much this way, but our friend Tommy Kessler was there when we were doing the Say Hannah music video, and he pointed out, he's like, you got this song called Say Hannah, and it's you just posing questions to a person and them not answering. And this was after we'd already recorded the album and everything, but it kind of ultimately clicked in my brain that it was like sort of the response song.
Got it.
In which
I think that's cool.
The character had their own life, and it's not to say that Say Hannah is a song about someone not responding to the narrator, but like the other song just happens to add another element to that character and their life, and I thought that maybe that was.
I think that's cool, and if you're paying attention to the new album, you're really rewarded with that. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the opening. It's unlike really any other local band opening I've heard in the past year. Explain what this is.
I think that all of the other Damager albums have been big albums. They've been like best team in baseball, the Kings of Scotland, and now it's Forever or Else. And so the thought behind this was like, let's get this big sounding pro wrestling intro to like really kick this off, and like kind of like pro wrestling, like we're dressing up as guys that we kind of are maybe during our time off of stage, but when we get out there on the stage, it's like we're gonna go crazy. And so at least for me, I feel like this album is just we're getting up on stage, like gloves are off, it's all coming out, and that's what this album really kind of felt like to me. It's like
no submission, no pinfall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've done your homework. And so yeah, I think that's where we kind of came from that, and we thought for a long time, we're like, can we get a cameo of somebody to do this intro? Like somebody with a big voice that could do this. And we thought about it and like, well, we could we could literally pay money on Cameo to get somebody to do this. And like, that feels cheap. I don't know. And then I'm like, well, my dad's in radio. We could probably just ask him. And so he just kind of like, yeah, I would take a whack at it. I don't know if you're gonna like it. And then he goes. Normally he's recording like sports reports, and so he goes to record this thing. And my mom texts him from downstairs like, "Are you okay up there? I hear you yelling into a microphone." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just recording the intro for a Damager album." And he, just came out on stage at our Beat Kitchen show to open us up for that show there, and so it's definitely a unique intro to an album. Yeah,
I love it.
I think the like base concept of that song was like, because we had last Halloween dressed up as Kiss, and we're kind of like studying the art of arena rock and how you bring it to a recording. And
That's amazing.
Most people know that Kiss shows begin with an announcer saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest band in the world, Kiss," right? And I was like, let's do a whole song that's about that. And then we were like in the car when we were going to the studio, or maybe returning, and Adam had laid down the drums for that song, which were fucking huge. And they're like, and we're like, man, there's like, it sounds like somebody should be talking to us right now. We're like, somebody needs to be like setting this shit up like it's a fight, And then we're like, what if it was like, "Ladies and gentlemen," and we're like making each other laugh, goofing off in the car, and we're like, but what if we did that?
That's amazing.
And it was like, what if we got Ryan's dad to record it? And it was kind of like, there's a philosophy that I think about sometimes, which is like, sometimes your best ideas are your jokes.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I think that was
Yes.
reflected there.
Well, again, the album is Forever Else. It's big power pop, big muscular riffs, fun sing-alongable songs. If you're from Chicago, you're going to hear or see yourself in these songs. I think you did a really nice job with this.
Thank you.
But my big question is, when can we see you?
Oh, have I not mentioned it? Oh, I'm so remiss. Subterranean Upstairs, December 12th. That's with Anything Is Everything, Chapped Lips, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and Diet Light.
What a show.
Yeah,
And
huge
I
show.
love, that's such a great time of year for local bands to play. That sweet spot in between Thanksgiving and Christmas where no one's doing anything responsible.
No.
Everyone's in a fun frame of mind. Let's go see some live music. What a great time to play. What a great show for you to be on.
Yeah, hope to
Love
see you
it.
there.
All right, so Damager, thank you for joining me for episode 1002, Forever Else, the new album. Last time we did this, it was virtual. I'm glad we could do this in person on an 80-degree day. It was awesome. Beautiful. Thanks
you.
a lot, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for watching and or listening. This is Carcon Carne.